Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Cookiecast. Today on Cookiecast, it's our talking podcast, the BScast, and for you, those of you in the know, that's the bullshit cast. I'm sitting down with Paul Williams, and we're going to talk. I don't want to say we're going to talk shit, but probably going to talk shit. So, yep, this is Cookiecast BScast. Check it out. Right, I'm going to start recording that. I'm going to press that button. Press that button. That button, that button, and that button. Cheeky. And now, I'm going to attempt to get all the way around there. I love editing the first bit of a podcast because it's just me going, with like back at one point, stomach at another point, ass.
What the fuck happened there? She said, don't tell me to put it on.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me the odds. That's generally how it works.
Hey? There we go. Right, I was just going to say, I've just put 2 bets on, and I was worried by how much money was left in my account. I was like, well, that's definitely not what I've asked to do. You fucking
Shout.
A goal in both halves.
Well, it is a game of 2 halves.
Yes.
Is that like a touchdown in every quarter of the Super Bowl? Yeah, didn't win that bet, did we?
No, we definitely did not.
No, we didn't.
Mother! So, Andrew.
So, Paul.
What I was going to ask you was... well, basically, it stems from the fact that this evening for my tea,
Ooh.
I've eaten Kentucky fried chicken.
Also known as the Colonel. Not mustard. Or that thing that gets turned into popcorn.
My question to you, Andrew, is...
Rank the
As...
restaurants.
Oh my god, yes, but not really.
As a vegetarian?
My question was, as a vegetarian, have you ever stepped foot into a KFC and eaten in there?
As a vegetarian, I have been into a KFC. So there's 2 ways to answer this question. One, I wasn't born a vegetarian. I had a very short stint of being...
Short stint.
You know, like any good T-Rex, a carnivore. And I believe that there's a possibility at some point in the 80s there might have been some Colonel. But what I can say is this. You know the one on Blossom Street?
I am aware of the one on Blossom Street.
A lady
that
I was seeing many moons ago lived on the road next to. So like Kentucky Fried Chicken is here, the road that was here. She lived at the bottom of there. So it was always, oh, let's get X meal, let's get Y meal, let's get the other. Sometimes it was just something quick, takeaway-esque. And it was always, they sell chips, I guess. So I'll have 4 portions, because they're like the tiny little things. Like, I'll have 4 portions of chips then.
I mean, to be fair, that is true.
They're the little...
They are small portions.
They are very small. So I have stepped in one, and I have dined. But, I mean, as a vegetarian, you really are as far away from anything. Oh, you go to a meat-only restaurant. It's like me going, oh, I'd love a Nando's. Let's get down to Nando's.
Hey, you'd be alright in Nando's, because you can get...
As I'm told. Apparently they do a really nice vegetarian
It doesn't surprise
option.
me. I'm just putting the finishing touches together on my last bet. which is a anytime scorers bet. So
say it with me, Brit.
No.
A song longer.
Sadly, they're not playing tonight. So.
Forest
No
played.
good. Forest played last night, so I'd be amazed if they're playing again tonight.
They're not playing tonight.
As we discussed, James and his selfish nature.
He's very selfish.
Not wanting a derby goal right at the end. What an absolute slag. So, obviously, you saying yes, you have eaten them would obviously bring us back to the question that you thought I was going to say. Rank the... Well, this is obviously...
I mean, this could get real muddy, because...
This is tricky for our American listeners, which we know there are a few.
I'll tell you something. This month, the Americans are trumping the British. And that's not a throwback to any Civil War issues.
It's also not a president-based pun.
No. So, but... I don't know what point this will go away. Basically, I've got an analytics thing for who listens to the podcast, and it'll boil it down all the way to not only which country, but which city in which country and stuff and things like that. But it'll also tell you, like, which country's listening the most. It's not surprising that it's not the Armenians, although big shout out to the Armenian listeners, and it's not the Japanese. Big shout out to the Japanese. Send me some anime. But currently, at this point in time, the Americans are listening more than the British. Pick up the game.
Right on.
Pick up the game, the British
Britain.
people.
Come on, Britain, step your fucking game up.
And you will be pleased to hear that although Bullshitcast was winning this month, today it has been overtaken by Yorkshire's number one Middlesbrough and Forest football podcast.
Hang on, Bullshitcast was winning?
Yeah.
But Bullshitcast has absolutely no sort of rhyme or reason to
relevance. That's why people love it.
I see.
People love it. It's a fast favourite. I was saying this the other day. I think I was saying to the J to the K. And I was like, people love the Bullshitcast. People love the bullshit.
It's a shame that you've already named it the BS cast, because we could have used the Royal Ramble name for that.
We are royalty, we are podcast royalty.
It would make absolutely no sense whatsoever. So, yes, here we go then.
So what I was saying was it's going to get real muddy, because where do you draw the line? Domino's.
No, that's a pizza. It's not fast.
So not Pizza Hut then.
So it's not fast food. So... It would have, for me, it would be anything where you can go in, there is a counter that you order food from, and the food is given to you over that counter in a bag to take away.
So what? You've got McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, Colonel.
That's kind of it, yeah.
So that the four heavy hitters?
That's really sort of it. So I'm trying to think what else you could maybe throw in there. I suppose you could argue Starbucks.
See, I was going to jump straight down the coffee route, but then I was like, well,
Costa.
Nero's. I mean, because then I'd start ranking on what is more important to me. So Nero's is going to come out number one straight off the bat, because as you can tell by my svelte figure, I generally don't eat the fast foods. I am not the man to have this conversation with, because you won't get an answer on me. Because, if you're hungover to fuck, or, alternatively, coming down, McDonald's chocolate milkshake on your walk to work.
Can't ever say I was ever a fan of the chocolate. I was always a strawberry man. I was raised on strawberry milkshakes.
I thought I was going to have to ask you to leave then.
Banana?
If you'd have said banana, you'd have...
Hang on a second. As a self-professed man who hates vanilla-flavoured things, as if you'd be putting banana below vanilla.
I don't hate... I listened to something the other day that apparently I'm like some, vanilla Nazi, and I'm like, whoa. Something about vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
I think it was the first bullshit cast. It came out that I'm a hater of the vanilla ice cream. I'm like, no. It's ranked bottom.
You once said, if you were in a desert and you came across...
This was the
you came across an ice cream vendor and the only flavour they had left in was vanilla ice cream, you'd keep on walking.
Was I drunk?
You definitely said this.
Was I drunk at the time?
What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know. I don't think we had the conversation
in that extreme situation. It sounds like something that I might say.
Absolutely.
That's the
Those
problem.
words came out of your mouth in that exact order.
That is the problem. That is something that I might have said, but I mean, I'm not. It just rang like if you've got the option of a flavour. Why would
people would argue that vanilla is a flavour, because otherwise it's just frozen milk.
But if someone said caramel latte, vanilla latte, you'd be like, you take your vanilla latte. Right up your ass. If that's your option,
I don't understand.
If that's your option, caramel or vanilla, why? Which universe do you go? Oh, I'm going to go vanilla.
We've had this conversation several times because the self-service vending coffee machine at Asda, I've been known to purchase a vanilla latte from that, or a hazelnut latte.
Was it out of choice?
Yeah.
Did you look and go, caramel, not today, caramel,
I saw it and was like, do you know what?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. I haven't had a vanilla latte in a long time. I'm gonna...
If Sam was here, I imagine he'd be saying something about your relationship status with dogs.
Does he not like vanilla either?
I don't know, I'm just...
Ironic that.
I'm channeling my...
Given the man is deathly allergic to sugar. I mean, he's not deathly allergic, but...
I don't think it's an allergy.
I'm almost certain it's an allergy. Either that or he's just being a massive slag. Vagina-y slag.
So, we've got the... So are we including the coffee shop? Because then this could be... Just
for argument's sake, so it does we don't have to do 4.
But those 4, like I say, you know, Taco Bell can officially...
So obviously, if people were listening to this in America, they'd be thinking, well, why is there not Wendy's on there? Why is there not In-N-Out Burger on
Denny's.
there? Why is there not... Again, no, I don't know if
In-N-Out Burger?
I don't know if Denny's is a fast food place, because I've been to a Denny's.
I've been to a Denny's.
And it's more of a diner.
You should, obviously you won't, but you should try and go to a Denny's as a vegetarian. The entire menu, I think it was something like pick 8 items, and from cover to cover of that menu, it's like, I think if I double up on 2 of these, I can make 8 items. It's like, do you want bacon wrapped in bacon? I'm probably good, thanks. But on the other hand, I ordered, it was like something and pancakes. So I'm expecting like pancakes for all of you watchers. And for all of you listeners, put your finger and your thumb together, make a circle. I'm expecting that kind of pancake. So they brought 2 dinner plates. And the first one was all of the food I'd ordered. And the second one was dinner plate sized pancakes.
So, not too dissimilar to what you were talking about, but the following picture, ladies and gentlemen, who can see, is a picture of an IHOP breakfast.
IHOP, you see.
For those who don't know what IHOP stands for, that is the International House of Pancakes. So that was a standard 2 sausage, 2 bacon, 2 eggs, with a side of blueberry pancakes.
Pancakes, I was like, blueberry.
Don't you dare tell me you're not a blueberry man. Jesus. I found when we went back to IHOP the day after, and I got something different.
Is that French toast?
That is French toast. Oh no, it is French toast. And there's the second picture. So again, for those who can't see, that is a stack of just 2 regular pancakes. Poached eggs on bread, not toast, but bread. Something's about to turn off, I think.
Was it that?
Could have been that.
Are you kidding me?
I have no idea. Some French toast and a side of hash browns. hash browns in America being completely different to what hash browns are here.
They are.
But either way, it was fucking awesome.
Like grits. Whatever the fuck that is.
What do you mean? Do you mean these?
I'm pretty sure that there was some point in time when there was a conversation about what grits are, and
that's a grit there. That was cheesy grit wedges. Just show again on the side of a nice jambalaya. When I was in New Orleans?
Is it lard?
No, grits are like an oat. It's like oats. Oh man, all I want to do is go back to America and eat. You guys know how you're doing it over there. And everyone ends up with leftovers and takes them home. And we don't really do that here. And I don't know why we don't do that here.
To be honest, I went to a establishment in York just
the other
Friday
day.
before the boozer.
Oh, before we met up for drinkies. Pinkies up.
Went to an eating establishment, and they started it with, you can have this, and this. I was like, all right, that sounds cool. And by the way, if you don't finish it, we'll pack it up and you can take it home with you. And that's how they sold it at the thing.
Always the way. That's the way it should be, really. Because you've paid for that food.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not talking about if you've got like 2 mouthfuls or something left. I'm talking about if you've only been able to eat half of it or something like that. But loads of people in America do that. Like, whenever we were in places in America, I'm sure you might have noticed this, like, half the people that are there only ever eat half the food, because obviously the portions are that massive. And then because they've already paid for it, they think, well, I might as well get the polystyrene boxes.
The styrofoam container and take it home with them. Yeah. But
please tweet us or message us with ideas of food we need to bring over here.
So, I mean, I was going to say about the Taco Bell thing. Like, I was quite looking forward to, probably not the right. I was intrigued by the fact that we were getting a Taco Bell. Mm-hmm. Thumbs up for Taco Bell. That's not an endorsement. It absolutely is. It is not an endorsement. So they opened. It's like, right, got to get down to Taco Bell. Get us some Taco Bell goodness. And it was a shit show from the very start. They got the. I think I got one, and then I'd gone back at some point, and I'd ordered a load of food. Why do I feel like I ordered it online? Is that an option?
I haven't ordered it online. I've only ever gone in or gone through the drive-through personally. But it wouldn't surprise me if you used an app or something like that. Yeah,
and I went to pick it up, and they gave me this big bag, and I went, cheers, thank you. And they gave me a couple of drinks, and I was like, lovely, thank you. And I drove away, and I got back, and Leanne opened the thing, and she was like, where's the rest of the food? What? She's like, where's the rest? Like, 65% of the order missing.
Oh, God.
Like, what the fuck? Ring, 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 ring. This went on for a while. Finally got through to somebody, and I was like, hi, just been to collect an order, let's say, and I've just been, like, driven through, taken the stuff, got back, and, like, nearly all the orders missing. Oh, what did you order? What did you do? How did you pay? Da, da, da. So the woman was like, look, all I can say is we're new, our staff are new, we apologise. When you come in next time, bring your receipt, I'll make a note of it, and we will just give you the entire order for free. Like, thumbs up, okay. It might have been a couple of weeks, or it might have been a week later or something. It's like, well, we should probably redeem that at some point because that's money we've paid out and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I went. It's like, hi, spoke to somebody the other day, here's my receipt. They said, all right, okay, well, if you pay for this and you pay for that and you pay for the other, then we'll sort it. And I'm like, that's not what I was told. And this just went on for ages. And in the end, they got a manager, and the manager was like, well, if you pay for this bit, and I was like, what am I paying for? And in the end, the guy was like, yeah, just do it. Just give the guy the order. So, took the food. As an aside, it's not very nice food. Like, it was like...
See, I know a lot of people who say this, but I like it I think it's good.
I can't go on because I know that they do like their meat side of the world is off the charts. They do so many different things. Again, as a vegetarian, they're a bit like, do you want some beans and some cheese? It's like, yeah, I like beans, I like cheese, but very tasteless.
See, that's the thing. I think because obviously I get the meat.
I imagine they can do a lot more.
You can definitely taste the seasoning on that.
I imagine they can do a lot more with the meat. So, for me personally, Taco Bell is coming in dead fucking last. There was also a thing about drinks. Like, they do you a bottle of drink.
Well, they do, if you get the fountain, they do the self-serve soda fountain thing. So...
Or is a certain drink we got that only came in bottle? I don't know.
They do beer. That immediately puts them a little bit... that gives them a little nudge above, McDonald's, in my eyes. But it definitely don't. When you actually come into ranking them.
So Taco Bell's going to be low.
Dead last.
So are we including the coffee shops?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So that's like 7th or 8th overall.
Let's get into this. Costa are doing my fucking tits.
What a phrase!
So, this is going to be another really long-winded one where I go. So, I've had Costas in the past. We serve Costa at work, various places that you go, they have a Costa machine and stuff like that. In a pinch, I'll buy a Costa, but if it's literally the only place that's the only one that's serving, it's right, I'll get a Costa. But any other option, I'm there.
So is it Taco Bell then Costa?
You see, what I would say is, don't fuck with my coffee. So, do you want to know something really ironic? Downstairs, I got a gift for Christmas. Big shout out to Harriet and Mike. But I got a gift for Christmas, which was the latte glasses and the latte spoons. So the really long spoons and the tall glass.
Excellent.
On it is printed the words, "There is no excuse for bad coffee." Anybody want to guess where that came from? Yeah. Costa's own. And it's like, you can't sell an item like that without addressing the elephant in the room, because Costa's coffee.
See, you're gonna open yourself up to scrutiny here, because there's gonna be some Costa.
Somebody's gonna go back.
Costa aficionados.
Somebody's gonna go back through the podcast and go, "Excuse me."
Unfortunately, that is the coffee of choice of the podcast. Technically, because it's the only drive-through coffee shop on the way.
Technically, it isn't, because if you go back and look at all those times that we're drinking the cups of coffee, Nero coffee. Oh yeah, only the best in this house. So I'd maybe do a separation. So here's the thing: I've gone through the drive-through. Now this is where Costa are winning. They're the only drive-through, and they're open like later than any of the others. Nero's was the one, because I'm like, yes, Nero's is open to like 6, 7, 8 at night, whereas all the others were short. It's like, you're doing well there, Nero's. Let's have a coffee and sit down and talk about it. But then Costa were like, we're open to like 10:30 drive through, so they're up in their game. But the last 2 occasions I've been through the drive through, I've got back and gone, well, there's no syrup in that. So, A, I've paid for something you haven't given me. B, you haven't given me what I wanted. It's just not the nicest cup of coffee.
So, I've had this conversation with the missus. So, her brother used to work for Nespresso. Have you ever used a Nespresso machine?
I have issues with them as a company.
Okay.
Well, the company is Nescafe, isn't it?
Well, Nestle.
So I have issues because I found out that there was absolutely no way to recycle the pods.
Right.
because they're mixed recycling for a start. And
Well, they're just aluminium pods, aren't they?
I thought, are these not the ones that they're like the pod's plastic and the top's like the foil top?
Depends which ones you get, but I'm pretty sure that the majority of them are aluminium pods.
Hmm.
But you can get some plastic ones, like because there's compatible pods.
Yeah.
For the machine that are not Nespresso based.
I had a conversation with Rob recently because his missus has got the machine that you put the pod in, and his wife could probably give Ed a run for her money.
Now, is that not a Tassimo? Because the Tassimo ones are the plastic ones that are about that big.
I don't know. There's
a
box of pods. But I said to her, I was like, I'm pretty sure I've seen something. So I did a little Amazon search, and you can buy a refillable pod. So you buy it, you get your bag of coffee, you put your coffee in the thing, you close it up, you put it in the machine, and then you get your coffee out, which would work a lot better for me because I like I say, I like the Nero's coffee at home. What was your point anyway about these pods?
Oh, the point I was going to make was that.
Because you can buy Costa ones, can't you?
Well, it's not that. It's the fact that basically she was told by a brother working there that all other coffee machines and coffee makers make the mistake of burning the beans by serving the water too hot. Mm-hmm. So if you serve it piping hot straight out with the sort of the tea urn,
yeah,
it burns the beans when you sort of mixing it, and it over sort of over infuses the coffee or something like that. Whereas with an espresso machine, the heating element in the machine heats the water to the sort of, I suppose the phrase is ambient temperature to produce the sort of brew without burning the beans. Whereas all the other machines just do it with straight boiling water.
Yeah. And it makes a difference. And that's something I've heard recently about this burning the beans stuff. And it's like, well, it does make sense. You know a bitter cup of coffee. Oh, yeah. Everybody knows a bitter cup of coffee. So, see, I kind of want to split them out, but I'm going to put Taco Bell at the bottom. Next one up is Costa, because Costa has more of what I want because they sell coffee.
But you still would
but they're still
dead to you.
They're still bottom. It's because my point is the last few times and a lot of times as a company they have delivered the least for me as a consumer because they often get my drink wrong, and it's not a difficult drink. So what does that leave us? We've got
Cafe Nero, Starbucks.
That's the coffees, but we've got
McDonald's,
Burger
King, and Kentucky Fried.
I've gone wrong, haven't I? Because, I mean, Colonel's got... I can't comment. I told you this was going to get messy. I can't really comment on the Colonel. Because they literally have nothing for me.
I don't know if... I'm sure they must do some form of vegetarian option.
They probably do, but I'm... In this world and in this day and age, is there ever a point where I'm going to go, ooh, I'm hungry, I'm going to nip to KFC and try and get something vegetarian?
I'm intrigued by it now. I'm gonna have to have a look at the menu.
I'm gonna have to start writing this down.
The meanness.
Well, so I've got a bottom three.
Excellent.
So Colonel has got to be down there because they offer me nothing.
They offer me nothing.
But I can't give them the lowest rating purely because I can't comment. Whereas
that's all. That's maybe explains why you're so warm.
Oh yeah. Whereas Taco Bell and Costa, I can comment and I can rate them the lowers. So I'm going to put those three at the bottom to fight it out amongst themselves. Colonel's kind of an offshoot. So that leaves us Starbucks, Nero's, Burger King, McDonald's. How do we do this? Because I have issues with McDonald's. What do they do?
Veggie rice box.
Veggie rice box.
A deliciously sweet mini cob of golden corn served with steamed Tex-Mex rice, fresh lettuce, sweet corn, chopped tomatoes and a bean salsa. Drizzle with a light garlic dressing, light, filling, and delicious.
They couldn't have got much further away from a meal.
Oh, you could also get a plain salad.
Well done, KFC.
Or a veggie salad.
Well done. So I have issues with McDonald's as a company.
Oh, hello. Interesting. Please, continue.
But then I also have issues with Starbucks as a company. So we might have to review them. Now then, as you know, you have seen me in a McDonald's.
I have.
Ironically, McDonald's make a really nice cup of coffee. Their toffee nut latte is really nice. So my life seems to be one long conspiracy theory at the moment. But do you know anything about the bombing in Manchester? The IRA bombing in Manchester that basically wiped out.
It's like 93, I swear.
Somewhere around that area. It was it after we'd moved back to York, but not long or very shortly. So there was this thing that the McDonald's funded the IRA, and the week before the bombing in Manchester, the McDonald's that was on the corner moved, and the story went that they knew that the bombing was going to happen, and that's why they moved.
Jesus.
That was the story at that time. That was told to me by my mother. She hated the fast food concept. So it could have just been something like that. But there was this long-running thing that that McDonald's and the IRA were closely linked together. And we were brought up to not be a fan of McDonald's as a company. As I grew and moved away from... Because you have those things, those ideas that are put onto you as a child, and then you reach an age where you start forming your own ideas. My own ideas were very similar in a lot of ways. I don't think McDonald's is a great company. They're doing better now, but at the same time, they're probably responsible for killing many people a year. Like I say, they're doing a lot, and this is my opinion. And McDonald's, if you want to take that up with me, go nuts. Don't go nuts, Jesus. I imagine you will, But if we're rating food-wise, McDonald's used to do various things. So they used to do like a fillet of fish. And I think at one point they might have actually done a veggie burger.
Well, I'm almost certain they do one now.
But here's the kicker for you vegetarians. McDonald's at that time used animal... we're talking years ago. They used animal fat to cook everything. So here's your vegetarian meal that's been cooked in animal fat. So it was things like that. And they refused to budge. I think now everything's cooked. I think across the board everything's cooked in vegetable oil.
Well, they even have segregation of cooking duties.
Yeah.
So I know we used to have to do that at Mega Bowl. We used to have one fryer was just for chips and vegetarian products, and the other one was for the chicken and things like that.
Shortest version is, and I think I've already made my stance quite clear here. If you are absolutely hanging after a night of debauchery, I have literally had my day stroke life saved by a McDonald's chocolate milkshake.
My life saved.
Honestly.
Right. I'm going to go through the list of vegetarian items that you can get at McDonald's.
Go.
Happy Meal veggie wrap.
For the kids?
The spicy veggie one. That is the wrap.
Oh, right, okay.
The vegetable deluxe.
Is that a burger?
That is a burger. Let's learn more.
That's interesting.
Ooh, hello. Ooh, that sounds actually quite nice. Red pesto veggie goujons with sandwich sauce and shredded lettuce in a sesame seed topped bun. That does not sound three bad.
Doesn't sound too bad. I think McDonald's have definitely upped their game there.
On the side of that, you can have a portion of McDonald's fries. Or maybe, Andrew, you'd like to take part of a shaker side salad. Or how about a bag of carrot sticks? The rest of these are all basically much
like
of the
science, like
they're all like there's the McFlurries. Basically, all of the McFlurries are in there. The donuts, the muffins, the oats at breakfast, bagels, pancakes, hash browns, and then all the coffees.
Ironically, the ice cream that they use to make McFlurry, certain ones of those ice creams aren't vegetarian. So we've sorted out the guys at the bottom. So I'm putting McDonald's over here,
along with Starbucks.
And Starbucks is over here. So let's talk Starbucks. Starbucks, I had an issue with because they monopolised the market for so long, and they were huge. I mean, Starbucks was just massive.
Well, there was that Simpsons joke, wasn't there, in one of the episodes, like where Bart goes in and gets his ear pierced one day. He said, "You better hurry up, kid. This place is becoming a Starbucks." Yeah. And then he walks out with his ear pierced and a cup of coffee, and he walks out the mall, and every single shop is a Starbucks.
Yeah. There was an Austin Powers where Dr. Evil had his moon base that was also a Starbucks. You know, there was a lot of Starbucks was big, but they were too big, and they got too big because I said at one point, you know that things are going wrong when the Starbucks are closing, and in York. We had one in Borders.
That was always going to go though, because Borders just went to fucking shit.
Coney Street, Coppergate, Stonegate.
Was that?
It was on the corner.
Was that not? Was that one not just? Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. No.
So that's 4. Then we've got Monk's Cross. And Vanguard, or is that no? So Monk's Cross has a Starbucks. So it's still there.
Yeah.
So that was. I'm going to say that we had 5. Like you say, Borders went. So the one in Borders went, which was the best one anyway. We've still got the Coney Street one, the Stonegate one went, and the Coppergate one went. So there are now of the 5 there are now only 2.
So where was the Coppergate one?
Coppergate was down at the bottom of Coppergate.
Is that what is now Patisserie
Valerie?
Well, that's going to close because that's going to do administration as well. I think.
Maybe their cakes were too expensive. So Starbucks, I was like, monopolising the market, all this, that and the other. But the biggest issue I had with them was that they were responsible for a certain percentage worldwide waste. And this thing that I'm not a big fan of, that coffee cups are actually not recyclable. Because although the cup is cardboard, they've got the wax coating on the inside, which makes them non-recyclable. And Starbucks at one point, they were told categorically, 1% of the world's waste is due to Starbucks as a company. What are you going to do about it? And they went, absolutely nothing. Fuck off. And at that point, I was like, you can't say that. You at least have to pretend that you give a shit. And at that point, I was like, Starbucks, not the answer. So those 2 guys sit there, probably joint second or. So ethically, I have issues with those companies. We're going to get so sued for this.
Well, no,
these are all my opinions.
But these are just opinions.
So I'm going to get sued.
We're not forcing these upon people. You're just giving your personal opinion on the rankings.
As ranking for.
Well, he can join in. He can give us his opinion. Okay. So, I believe that leaves.
So that leaves us with Nero's and Burger King.
Yeah. So does that mean that defaulting Burger King is your top fast food restaurant?
And I'll tell you why.
Oh, here we go.
When I come right back.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, while he's away, I took the liberty of looking at the veggie, fish and salad menu options at Burger King. And it's not great. There's not an awful lot. Let's have a look. They have the King Fish, which appears to be 3 fish fingers in a bap with salad and some sort of burger sauce. Obviously, Andy will be all over that, shaking his head.
Fish fingers and burger sauce. What are you on about?
Basically, I've gone to the Burger King menu to look at the veggie fish and salad option, and they appear to have a veggie bean burger, a kids veggie burger, and salad bowls. Although they do have crispy chicken salad. Oh, because it's the veggie fish and salad section.
Oh, well, that might explain that. Oh
no!
No! James Panis is here, ladies and gentlemen. He's lurking in the door. He's miserable as sin.
Boo! And Forrest didn't even get beat last night. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Shit house.
Do take a seat or pull out the plastic chair if you don't want to go over the obstacles.
I can just stand for a
Or I
little
can
bit.
stand in the doorway.
So what's the reasoning for Burger King being top of the food chain?
Because...
If you like that. Do you like that? Yeah, I thought you'd like that.
Because they do the best chips.
I've always maintained that Burger King do the tastiest burgers, and I believe that's just due to the way they're cooked. Because they're flame grilled rather than flat topped. Now obviously I've worked in a not fast food establishment, as if we were a cook to order place, but I've worked on a flat top griddle, and it still cooks them nicely, but obviously the fat and grease is somewhat sealed in. Whereas when you flame grill a burger, obviously the fat and juice drips out.
So, Burger King make the best fries and have been consistent across the board with
price.
The spicy bean burger. Now I was going to come to price.
Interesting.
So, Burger King have been serving a spicy bean burger since the beginning of time. So they were always a win for the vegetarian. You could always guarantee you're going to get something to eat because you can go to Burger King, spicy bean burger, portion of fries, Diet Coke, love, cheers.
Diet Coke, love.
And you'd get a meal, and then I think it was cut diagonally. So you got like these two bits, and you ate it. It was like, and it was really good. It tasted really nice. It was good. The chips, they're just crispier. Crispier, is that it?
It's because they have the wheat coated chips as opposed to like McDonald's. You just have like plain.
They just have fries. And there's nothing against them. But Burger King's are better. However, price wise, Burger King want all the money.
I tell you something. It used to be a massive discrepancy in the two. And now it's not that much. You go to McDonald's and get a meal, and you're talking about the best part of £5.50, £6. And at Burger King, it's about £8. So
that's to me for fast food. That's a lot of money.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
£8 for you could have a sit down meal for £8.
You're getting into territory where you're almost potentially going to gourmet burger kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know they want to charge you like a tenner for a burger, and then do you want chips with that? It's going to be extra.
God, tenner, this burger and chips better be good. Oh, who said anything about chips?
Yeah. So that's Burger King. Burger King, as far as the fast food for this guy, is probably going to be the number one. However,
number one overall.
Number one overall.
Over Walls? Number one over Phil Walls?
Phil Walls. Oh, face, neck and chest. Number one overall. Any surprises? It's Nero's.
So do you like Cafe Nero over all other coffee places? Is it because they do double shot as standard?
I don't know, Paul. What do you think? For those listeners out there, that is the sound of me flicking the individual full Nero's cards. Let's count these bad boys up. These aren't full. This one, that's not full, and that's not full. But the rest are. So that's 2 needing to be filled. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full cards. 2 that need filling. And then if you're in a special select club, you can also have these bad boys.
Oh my god, he's got the infamous Nando's Gold card.
They are not the Nando's Gold card. That has been used that much that the words have rubbed off.
Why have you got 2? Is one Leanne's?
That's a long story. No, one was. It's a really long story. One was Works.
Leanne, I bet she longs for a nice coffee.
She just drinks coffee all the time. She drinks decaf.
There we go.
She's switched to hot chocolate.
Of course she has.
Which I took 2 cups out of the car. When I came inside, I was like, and I'm like, that's not my coffee. That's hot chocolate. Quite nice, that. I was like, damn, wish I had a hot chocolate instead of this stupid coffee. Nero's, it's the number one. It's up there. The coffee is off the chisane. I can count on one hand the bad cups of coffee that I've had from Nero's. By the way, it's 4, and I've marked them all on my calendar. Whereas, you like I was saying about Costa, you put Nero's against Costa, it's like they're just worlds apart. I'd never been in a Nero's until I went to do a day in Sheffield. We were doing like some work over in Sheffield, and my mate worked over there, and he was like, "Oh, let's go and get a coffee." It's like, "Oh, we'll go to Nero's." Like, Nero's, never heard of them. Oh yeah, they're great. They give you a stamp card, and if you get 9 stamps, they give you a free one. But unlike everywhere else, they just give you a free drink no matter what. You could have a big one, you can have syrup in it, you can have this, that, and the other. The works, and you just hand the card over, and they let you take the drink away. And I'm like, okay, let's try this place. And I had a coffee, and it was like, wow, where have you been all my life? So Nero's for the win. They do breakfasts and lunches, which I tend to lean away from because like coffee shops do expensive food in my opinion. But as far as if I'm if it was to go out and get something, I'd be going to Nero's to get coffee. So that's me as far as the fast food's concerned. Can you rank all 8 of those places, 7 of those places, in under 4 minutes? Go.
I'm going to leave the coffee ones off because I don't have coffee that much. I'm not a outside sourced coffee man. I'd rather just sort of make my own. So I'll leave the coffee ones off. I'd probably put. It's kind of weird because they're all sort of like top at different times.
This is what I was saying, that for different reasons. Like if I was out and about and I'm like, fancy a milkshake, for whatever reason, call me a hypocrite or whatever, I'm going to McDonald's.
Tell you something, back in the day, Burger King used to knock out a pretty competitive milkshake that would rise.
Yeah,
McDonald's.
If I'm in the market for a fast food, Burger King all the way, and give us a chocolate milkshake while you're at it. Love.
Speaking of McDonald's, one of the films that I really want to see is The
Founder. I do have this thing where I think it's on Netflix, and every time I pass it, I
can't find it.
Oh, I thought it was. Maybe it's on Prime.
I had to look for it on Prime, so I couldn't find it there.
Damn.
So I don't know where it is. I need to find it.
But yes,
it's supposed to be very good.
I was very interested in watching that. Don't think it would help my opinion of McDonald's any. Because I don't think it paints them in a very good light.
I mean, it's probably going to end up with McDonald's being number 1 just through ease of convenience and things like that. There's more likelihood if you find a McDonald's in a city than there is if you find a Taco Bell, a Burger King, or a KFC.
Hell yeah.
But for taste, I'd probably put Taco Bell top because
wow,
it's the most niche of the 4. Obviously, McDonald's and Burger King do burgers, and obviously KFC's out on its own in the chicken regard, unless you go to America and you've got Popeyes and Bojangles and things like that.
Tatty Bojangles.
So yeah, I'd probably rank Burger King bottom, which is weird because I do really like their stuff. Burger King, the Bell, the Colonel, the Dirty Donalds, in that order.
Very different.
Because you can't. Every now and again, you just can't beat a double cheeseburger. Get it in your face. Do we call it a day?
I was just saying that, and that brings us nicely to a close.
Neatly, full circle.
John Rambo, full circle.
Oh dear. Right then.
There we go. Cool.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Now you can watch me try and follow everything.
Join us again next time.
So what was this thing saying?
That's still going. That one's still flashing. Ah, it's not anymore.
So, right, okay. So there we go then. What do you think to that? Another one in the bag. Lots of talking done. It's good to get these talking podcasts done. I enjoy them. For you YouTube watchers, make sure you turn yourselves into YouTube subscribers. Drop us a comment in the comments section. Everybody else, jump over to thecookiecast.com. Check out our social media feeds. Check out our email functions. Drop us a line. Tell us how you're doing. So yeah, there we go. Another one in the bag. And until next one, I'm going to say bye-bye.